if you're vaccinated, you can do all these things. Here are all these freedoms that you have. Because otherwise, people are going to go out and enjoy these freedoms anyway. And
Chris Cuomo had a guest on, a Dr. Leanna Wen. She is an MD, from what I know. And she was on the network, and this was March 10th. But this segment is getting a whole lot of, let's say, publicity, and not the good kind. I don't know how this one slipped past the goalie on March 10th, because people are starting to spread this around. It is the one moment of honesty you've finally seen on CNN. Listen to Dr. Leanna Wen explain the real theory behind the shutdowns and why you can't open up right now. Check this little gem ski out.
There are many more people, millions of people who, for whatever reason, have concerns about the vaccine, who just don't know what's in it for them. And we need to make it clear to them that the vaccine is the ticket back to pre-pandemic life. And the window to do that is really narrowing. I mean, you were mentioning, Chris, about how all these states are reopening. They're reopening at 100%. And we have a very narrow window to tie reopening policy to vaccination status. Because otherwise, if everything is reopened, then what's the carrot going to be? How are we going to incentivize people to actually get the vaccine? So that's why I think the CDC and the Biden administration needs to come out a lot bolder and say, if you're vaccinated, you can do all these things. Here are all these freedoms that you have. Because otherwise, people are going to go out and enjoy these freedoms anyway. And I fear a situation of coming into the fall where we never reach herd immunity. And then we get hit by the next surge of COVID-19 in the fall, something that we could have prevented if we just got people vaccinated now.
Is that a gem or what? Is that not a sparkling gem or what? Woo. She just says the quiet part out loud. How fantastic is that? And by fantastic, I mean not fantastic. She finally admits what the true agenda is. We'll be really afraid if people go out and start enjoying freedoms again. Blaze has an article up. It'll be in my newsletter today, Bongino.com/newsletter. CNN analyst urges Biden administration to tie vaccinations to Americans, quote, freedoms. If everything is reopened, what's the carrot going to be? Now it all makes sense, ladies and gentlemen. Now we've got it. Here it is. Here it is. Because some of you who are rational out there, you're like, why would governors of big states continue to crush the economic livelihoods of the businesses in their state and the citizens that vote for them if the lockdowns have been shown pretty conclusively now to not be effective at stopping the virus? Matter of fact, Texas has reopened and dropped their mask mandate, and cases in Texas are dropping dramatically. So if that were the case, you would think to yourself, if you were a rational person, and I know many liberals are not, you would say, well, why shouldn't other states open up then? If these lockdowns are not stopping this virus, and Texas reopened, and we've seen evidence of cases after the reopening of Texas going down, why wouldn't we do that too? Because the left has always hated freedom and liberty. Always. We've been covering this topic over the last few days, and now you see it. Now, folks, that may seem on its face like the most obvious statement in the history of the Dan Bongino show. But believe me, I'm going to go into some more detail about why this matters. The left has always been at war with liberty and freedom because liberty and freedom is a zero-sum game. Does everybody get this? You can't have a big government that has political power over your life while you're still free. Think about it. Think about it in terms of tangible, almost touchable material things. Money, healthcare, education, spots in a school, right? Either you're free to spend your money or the government takes it and taxes it away. What's the conservative position? What's the liberal one? The conservative position is we believe in economic freedom and liberty. We should pay as little taxes as possible to support a constitutional role of government, and we should be able to enjoy the fruits of our own labor. That's the conservative position. What's the liberal position? It's not your money. It doesn't matter if taxes are effective for growing an economy or not. We want your money. Shut your pie hole, losers. That's the left's position. Showing you it's zero sum. You can't be free with a big government. Either big government has power over you or you have power over your own life. Period. Full stop. Same thing with your healthcare choices. Either you control where you go to the doctor and who cracks your chest open, God forbid you have a medical emergency, or the government tells you where to go. Those two things cannot coexist. Either you choose or they choose. The left has been at war with your liberty and freedom, real liberty and freedom, your real economic and your real healthcare choices for centuries now. Centuries. School choice. You either believe parents can send their kids to the school they choose, or the government mandates what school you go to. Period. Those two things cannot coexist. Conservatives believe you pick. Lefties think, go to the damn public school, keep your mouth shut, deplorable, smelly Walmart loser. The left has been at war with your freedom forever.